mentally and us playing cleaner. And I just think in the games that we have not won this year, it seems to be a reoccurring bug that never stops. You know, we feel like we're getting good momentum, we're moving the ball, we're getting first downs, but we're playing behind the sticks. And it's something we got to improve on.
Is it just a matter of focus and discipline, or do you think maybe you're throwing a little bit too much at these guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. Something we got to certainly look at. And again, I think the frustrating ones are just the low red zone sequence there at the end. We jump off sides on a base play on the 6-inch line and move backwards a lot. And so we got to look at it. I don't know if it's necessarily us schematically. It's not necessarily, I'd say, us having penalties on the plays that are harder plays. So it's things we've done since I think I've got here, but we got to look at that for sure.
Bush, Jamarian averaged almost 12 yards a carry, carried it 3 times. Are there things other than running the ball that are limiting his playing time?
No, I think it's fair. I think as we look through, certainly after this loss, and who's going to be out there and who's not. Us create explosive runs is a critical thing right now, and I think other than again, whether it was 3-4 weeks ago, we didn't think he was necessarily going to be in the equation, and now he is. We got to take a long, hard look at who's going to be carrying it and who can provide those kind of explosive touches.
Brad, tonight you come in, Vanderbilt's coming in off a big win, and the offense was a huge part of that. How do you feel like overall your defense played tonight?
Not well enough. Not well enough. We went in, we talked about doing our job, we talked about having to be great tacklers, and we were not effective in either of those areas. Too many leaky yards, opportunities sort of on third down to secure the tackle and, make it at least a 4th and 1 thought, something, and we couldn't pin the ball carriers to the ground. On every drive, it was somebody, that didn't do their assignment, and it led to some crucial plays that we just did not play well enough.
Brad, Mark talked about, the offense, they struggled with some unnecessary penalties, but he said the defense kind of struggled a couple times with discipline as well, but he called it eye candy. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you saw as well, and were you surprised by that? Your defense really showed up the last 2 games before this.
Yeah, and we knew that going in. That's just what their offense does really well with shifts and motions and, double fallbacks in the run game and some of that sort of stuff, but like what Coach is referring to is what we were talking about, just doing our job, trying to do too much, trying to see too much. We talked about just put your eyes where they need to be, and we did not do it, or we did not do it at the rate that we needed to, and it showed. And we talked about it at halftime. It's just how many mental errors that we had, from, whether it was just executing your simple assignment, not putting your eyes where they needed to be, not making the right, check. And it's not necessarily like a game plan check, but just a check that we've done all year. It was just, whether it was lack of focus, I don't know, about that, but we did not play well.
Right, obviously, they're really good at converting third downs. You've been really good on the other end coming in. Was there any rhyme or reason to the way they were able to convert tonight?
Several of them were self-inflicted wounds, and that's the frustrating part, and one, we lose leverage. We're in good shape, and we lose leverage on a blocker on number 2, allow him to get to the outside edge, and then he gets the first down, on a zone play, on a zone replay. And then, the goal was to keep him sort of caged in the pocket. We knew, what play was coming. That's the thing about this this team, and then just any team in general, is like all it takes is one person not to do their job, one person to get, greedy, one person not to execute, and it leads to a first down, especially in a third and medium situation. Sometimes you can get away with it on some third and longs or extra longs, that if you just slip a gap but somebody has time, but in third and medium, you don't have those opportunities.
What was it like when he was getting kind of off schedule, Brad?